You know, tonight was an epic night. Tonight was a huge night. 30 men got in the one ring tonight for a title, some title they made up, but that's almost secondary because tonight we saw the debut of Butterscotch.
We were there!
We were there! I don't care about Madison Square Garden. I don't care about New York. I don't care about Connecticut. We saw Butterscotch! And you know what? I think Butterscotch sprouted a tail. That was kind of amazing. Butterscotch, that's just a rumor. But let me tell you something. The next time we come here to this community park center, or whatever you want to call this dump,
the iChart Arena.
The iChart Arena, we finally, once again, get a title shot. I shouldn't say once again, considering we lost it a year ago and never got one shot for a whole damn year. A whole damn year. But now, it's bad company. I can't deny. And I'll tell you something else I can't deny. I can't deny the fact that I'm going to whoop both your asses and we're going to come home and bring the titles back where they should have been a year ago. Tell them, big man.
Tell them. It's your turn. Your turn. You don't want to talk? All right.
Lost for words.
Lost for words. All right. The 13th of the next month, which would be February, the day before a holiday where people celebrate love. And speaking of love, two people in love with themselves happen to be bad company. The only problem is they're not in love with one another, they're in love with themselves. That's why it doesn't make a good tag team. You're talking about two egomaniacs. Two egomaniacs that the minute they walk through the locker room door, they ask for their own locker rooms. They get dressed when people are cutting promos. They don't care about anybody else. The only thing they care about is themselves, and that's what makes the Blanchards so special. Because the blood that runs through Big Ugly's veins, run through Jeremy's veins, run through my veins. My family veins. Family. Family. Not two egomaniacs who hooked up with each other, lathering each other up in the gym like Kosei and Maguire. Conseco and Maguire. Kosei? No, it's Cosell.
Cosell.
And speaking of Howard Cosell.
Or no cell.
And speaking of Howard Cosell and Monday Night Football, just like the great Don Meredith. Boys, on the 13th, turn out the lights. The party's over. The party's over, boys. The tag team titles are coming around the waist of the greatest entity walking God's green earth. There's nothing going on a global level. I don't care what stratosphere you're riding on. On this planet, it's the Blanchard brothers. It is a Blanchard brothers. Because you got Big Ugly. Big Ugly bleeds blood. Like I bleed blood. Big Ugly laughs when something's funny. I laugh when something's funny.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch was funny. Butterscotch got ruined all night long. Butterscotch walked his little chubby ass through the door and absolutely was made a mockery of. Speaking of mockeries, we're going to make a mockery of those two selfish individuals who like to lather themselves up like Conseco and Maguire in the Oakland A's locker room. Boy, you're looking so big today, buddy. I'm going to put some more oil up here. Got to rub oil around over here. Yeah, got exile. You're looking so good. You boys get ready, you two egomaniacs, because I got news for you. There's blood running down this river, and it's long as the Nile. And you two yellow egg-sucking dogs had better get ready for the fight of your life. Because the Blanchard brothers, we got our name the old-fashioned way. You shut your mouth. I'm cutting the promo.
Damn brats.
God, squeaking all over.
We got our names the old-fashioned way. We earned it. Because Bubba Blanchard is standing here talking to you right now, and I just happen to be the toughest thing going today. NASA wishes they could print me. NASA wishes they could wrap the space shuttle in me, because then none of their astronauts would die. Because I'm just the toughest thing that ever was created. You can throw me out of a car going 85 miles an hour, and I'll roll a couple times, dust myself off, and that's where the next broad is, and that's where the next beer is. Because guess what, bad company? I'm in the gym. No, I'm in the gym, lathered up, pumping the weights. I'm at night, pumping the beers down. I'm hanging out all hours of the night. All hours of the night. That's my training. I'm tough as nails. You got the greatest wrestler alive standing right here. He can outwork anybody on the planet. You don't need some billionaire pimp in Connecticut sitting in an ivory tower to tell you that he's good. Because I'm telling you right now, turn the tape on. He's as good as it gets. And then you have the ultimate entity. You have a Christ-like figure walking the earth. And it just happens to be the big ugly J.D. Bishop. So mean, so nasty, so tough, so bad, such a great wrestler that men quiver in his mere presence. So on the 13th of the next month, which is February 13th, in the community center in Portland, Oregon, on Ross Street. Is it Ross?
Not Foss.
Foss! On Foss Street! On the 13th! There's tag titles on the line. And one of these three men right here, two of these three men right here are going to get in the ring. One's going to be left out because two are going to go to the ring and wrestle as a tag team. When you get in the ring and you throw some moves and then you tag your partner in. Back in the day, they used to call it Australian Rules Tag Team. So a tag team match on the 13th, it's going to pit two of the three Blanchard brothers against Bad Company. Bad Company, take your medical equipment. Take your medical equipment and put it on the background. Take your ladies that you got pawing on you, put them in the background. Because on the 13th of the next month, which is February, at the community center here in Portland, you got the Blanchard brothers.
And just like all the great events of all time, the JFK assassination, the attack on Pearl Harbor, 9/11, you were going to ask yourself, where were you when Butterscotch made his debut? You've just been verbally raped by the Blanchard brothers.
Now, from now on, when you see Heenan, you're going to see Bockwinkel, and you're going to see Stevens. When you see Bockwinkel, you're going to see Stevens, and you're going to see Heenan.